Hi, I'm meteorologist Taft Price, and during my 20-plus years of covering winter weather right here in Tulsa, many winter storms come to mind. One that stands out to me was February of 2011 when northeastern Oklahoma was hit with 3 storms and record cold weather in a 10-day span. Between the 1st and the 9th, Tulsa received almost 2 feet of snow, with Spavinaw setting a state record of 27 inches in one storm alone. On the morning of the 10th, record cold hit the area, with Tulsa dropping to a record low of minus 12 degrees and Nowata dropping to minus 31, breaking the all-time state record. Just as amazing, a week later, record highs were set with temperatures back in the 70s, and we even had a tornado in Osage County at the end of the month. February 2011 was definitely a crazy weather month in eastern Oklahoma.
It certainly was. As winter weather approaches, you need to start thinking about how to gear up for an emergency. 2 Works For You reporter Corey Duke has a list of things you need to keep in mind.
Being ready for an emergency will take some pre-planning. Here's a look at some of the things you're going to need. First off, have plenty of food and water for 3 days, at least 1 gallon of water per person per day. Ready-to-eat canned meats and vegetables are also a good idea. Along with protein bars and dry cereal, try to pick things that won't make you thirsty. Replace the water and food every 6 months or so. Make sure to label it so you don't forget. Prepare a first aid kit. Non-prescription drugs and antibiotic ointment should also be included. Don't forget a flashlight with extra batteries. You're going to want to know what's going on outside, so include a battery or hand crank radio. A cell phone with a charger is also handy. If your family has special needs or infants, make sure you plan accordingly for them. Pack things like baby formula and diapers. Store all of this in a tightly closed container to help extend its shelf life. Keep this container in a central spot and make sure everyone in your family knows how to access it. It may also be a good idea to keep a similar emergency kit in your car. The last thing to prep you for an emergency is download the 2 Works For You Storm Shield weather app. Corey Duke, 2 Works For You.
Like Corey said, it's also smart to have an emergency kit in your car. Some things you'll need to throw in your trunk to be prepared: blankets, jumper cables, extra water, and cell phone chargers. For long road trips, take food and medication. It's also a good idea to make sure your car battery is fully charged and your tires are properly inflated before hitting the road. The 2 Works For You Storm Shield weather team has a new mobile app just for winter weather. Watch as I walk you through our Snowcast app that's available for your mobile device right now. The Snowcast app is pretty easy to use. We're going to use Minneapolis, Minnesota for an example, since we don't have any snow in the Tulsa area. And you'll see here that in the next 3 hours, it tells us that there's a winter weather advisory and that there's about 1/10 of an inch of snow forecast. But we can go beyond that. By midnight, we'll see that there's 2 inches of snowfall. Over the next 6 hours after that, the snowfall totals go up to over 3.5 inches. And by the time this storm is said and done in the Minneapolis area, the storm totals at about 4.25 inches. It will also tell you whether there's a winter storm watch, a winter weather advisory, or even a blizzard warning. And it has a radar function on it so that you can track the latest snowstorm as it's moving across. Again, we're using the Minneapolis-St. Paul region, and you can see the bands of snow moving through that area. Pretty simple app to use, and you can find it in the Google Play Store or in the iTunes Store. We also have the phone call alerts for those of you with a landline or an older model cell phone. Find out more at stormshieldalerts.com. As we say goodnight, we want to remind you to stay safe and vigilant this winter weather season. And remember, when storms are brewing, the 2 Works For You Storm Shield weather team is always here and on KJRH.com with the most accurate forecast and information for your family and what you need to know to stay safe. Good night and happy holidays from the Storm Shield weather team.